Hello, everyone. My name is Lady Calamere, and I welcome you to my channel. I am doing my 399th presentation, and it will be on an Incan goddess, Chaupi Ñamca. It has come to my attention that most people who view my video are not subscribers. So please think about subscribing to my channel to let me know that I am doing a great job. Also, I will never contact you offering you a reading for money or spell for money. That's not me. If you get something like that, it is totally a scam. Do not spend your money. Do not give them one penny. So, this goddess, she is not as known as the other Incan deities. Maybe you've heard of Mama Kila, Pachamama. You've maybe heard of Inti, but have you ever heard of Chaupi Ñamca? Now, this is the first oracle that I have gotten that actually has this goddess and this beautiful card. As you can see, comes from this oracle, Inspirational Goddesses Oracle by Riccardo Minetti and Ariana Ferricella. Hope I'm pronouncing her name right. So she is depicted with usually 5 arms. She has 5 arms, and she is a very powerful goddess, both approachable and not approachable, both well, very much caution, because she's both beautiful and dangerous. She is a goddess of balance. She is a goddess of power. She is a goddess that can cause life to grow, but also cause life to dry up and to die. She had a dual nature, and she still has a dual nature. She is both a nurturing mother and a goddess that brings, she could take away. Let's just put it that way. Chaupi Ñamca was also truly dangerous. She was a goddess that drew her touch. She can take a dry field and make it so that it is life giving. She can take dried out old riverbeds and make water flow through them. She can bring beauty to the land, absolute beautiful things to the land, but she can also take, just like the river, she can cause it to overflow and sweep away towns and villages. She can also over inundate crops till they drowned. So, yes, she was a goddess that creates, but also a goddess that can take away swiftly and terribly. She is a goddess now seen as for feminine power, women's rights, equality, and autonomy. She is the great feminine force that is being seen for that and being more called towards it. So she is of the Incan people, and many people, oh, the Incan people speak Incan. No, it was Quechua, an Incan empire were made by the Quechuan people. So the Incan empire was made by those people, and many different tribes and different nations were under became through the Incan Empire. And different civilizations were in the empire. But I want to stay with this goddess. She is also very beautiful, where men were attracted to her, maybe even mesmerized by her. She is a goddess of fertility and feminine sexuality. She is was worshipped, especially in the trying to remember, Hurochiri region of the empire. She is a goddess of desire and sexual energy. She is a goddess that, hey, hey guys, Joker and Loki, stop. Hey, stop it. Stop it. I'm blowing at them. She's a goddess that deals with the arts and the crafts. She's connected to weaving. I gotta stop this. Come on, guys. You were good until I started. She's a goddess. What were they talking about? Weaving. And so she dealt with that. She's also a goddess of conception. Uh, for women who want a baby can pray to her. And she's also dealing, like I said, about the crops, agriculture, and making sure that animals and people have that agriculture so that the civilization can continue to thrive and people have food to eat. But she was also a goddess of balance, as that she can make fertile, she can make sterile. As she can create conception, she can make barren. She is definitely about sexuality and sexual unions. She is very nurturing, but again, as she is nurturing, she can take away and become dangerous. She has this great mother about her where she is both light mother and a dark mother, a light goddess and a dark goddess. She is a goddess of, oh, I'm getting thrown off my, you guys gotta stop it. She is a goddess that of carnal desire. So I think I talked a little bit too much about that. So sorry. Sometimes I get distracted as I do not write a script and I do not write notes and I do these presentations from memory. Come on, guys. Come on up. Why you have to do this? Men were drawn to her and they would pray to her and give her offerings and they would make uh, I guess deals and declarations because they would win the goddess's approval and to give them their desires. They would persuade her and tell her of their worthiness. She want, but she also wanted people to be humble and she would test them and she wanted them to be real, to be genuine, and not fake and plastic as some people are today. So I'm going to read a little bit from this card and from the Inspirational Goddess Oracle by Riccardo Minetti and Ariana Faricella. And what card number is this? Going to the card. I can't find. Here we are. Indulge in the pleasure you find, as it is part of you that you need. In the Incan religion, the primordial deity Chaupi Ñamca created woman. She loved sex and took a mortal guise in order to seduce men. She had 5 arms and was worshipped during the winter solstice by performing erotic dances, creation, pleasure, seduction. And again, it comes from the Inspirational Goddess Oracle. And it is by Los Scarabeo, which is owned by Llewellyn. You can get it through Llewellyn's site. Oh, we got Loki here. We Amazon, eBay, your bookstore, your coat store. Now, speaking of this, is that her special time and day of worship was the winter and is the winter solstice. She's a goddess of extreme beauty. And she's absolutely desirable. I think she's becoming more known, but I haven't really seen any videos on her. So I wanted to be able to do a video on her and do a presentation on her. So, and I just wasn't able. I would have probably tried to find something on the internet of a picture of her, but I have this card, and as you know, I love my statues and my cards. So I you always hear about like Viracocha, especially on Ancient Aliens, talked about, and when it comes to around Peru and the area where the Incan Empire, the capital of the Incan Empire, from like rising from Lake Titicaca, which is a very sacred place for the people there. But I'm sure most people do not know who this goddess is, and I wanted to talk about her, and I wanted to bring her to the attention, especially since there are people who want to push their religion on women, their ideas of what a woman should be, at a, you know, speak when spoken to, seen but not heard, back into the kitchen but not the professional kitchen. To just the rank of a woman is if you're married and how many children you have, like we're cows. And I don't like getting really political in my videos. I save them for Facebook and stuff. But we're more than just wives, sisters, mothers, and grandmothers. We're more than just, a maid, or as they want it, a slave. All right. We have just as much say in a household as a man has. And I'm sick and tired of being told by women, you shouldn't have a job, but there they are running their own organizations and running their mouths off and telling how other women should live. So I think we need this goddess a lot more. I think we need this goddess a lot more in our lives. I don't need to be told that you're no longer useful because you're past your childbearing age, or a woman, oh, you have too many, have many cats but you have no children, and that you have no worth because you have no children. So I think this is a time when we really need her. She is definitely a men can worship her, of course, but she's definitely for us women. So she is still, there are people that still worship this goddess. She is not one of the goddesses that have been forgotten, one of the deities. She is remembered. She's just is just not loads of information. There, as there are other deities. So she is both soft and strong. And when it comes to her power, she has great power. So what else can I talk about her? I know more about the other deities, and that was because I feel drawn to deities across the world, and I began my studying into the occult in 1983. So I'm an elder in the craft, but I like learning about other deities, and I think that she's pretty much one of the unknown deities to many parts of the world. So hopefully we can get her launching. She also blesses households and the family. She can overwhelm people. If you want to play fuck around, find out with her, she can be overwhelming. Now, places where her places, where are places you can find this goddess in nature? You can find her in caves. So she dealt with caves. She dealt with especially springs and little water, like ways of springs and mountains in the mountains. Also, where rivers would meet. So where rivers would meet, that's their intersection, like a crossroad of rivers. That's where she would be at. So she's definitely deals with the element of water, of in because she has a lot to deal with water. So that's my thought on that. She's about teaching respect. A lot of people don't have respect anymore. They just shoot their mouths off all the time on internet, and especially on the internet they shoot their mouths off. And sometimes I said, you wouldn't say that to me in my face, because it's safe to be behind a keyboard and type out nasty things, because a fist is not going to come through that uh, computer screen or phone. Oh, so yes, she's definitely about respect. And when she got this respect, her it was said that her anger was swift and even irreversible consequences. She rewarded those who gave devotion and respect and humility, and punished those who dared fucked around and found out, kind of thing. Too many people play FAFO. So she deals with reciprocity, humility, and again, respect, devotion, and balance, and values. Something that seemed that we people as a whole have been just thrown to the wayside. Values. She dealt with the mountains, caves, and rivers, and even the mountains themselves. She dealt with them. So is she approachable? 50-50. 50-50 on that. Approach with care. Approach with respect. And it should go well. Otherwise, see ya, I wouldn't want to be ya. So her, she's made, she's, I'm trying to think, trying to get my, she's usually spelled in two different words as Chaupi, Chaupi, and then the next letter, and we don't have this in the English language, is a Spanish letter, and they have NA, then Enye, and the Enye has that, like, that hyphen over it, like sort of like, and which would be Ñamca, not Namka, but Ñamca. So Chaupi Ñamca. Hey, Loki Badoki is here. Say hi. Loki wants to be part of the presentation. It's late here, but I wanted to get this done. And I've been wanting to do this presentation for a while. So I'm trying to think what else I can say about her. Uh, oh, he's so cute. I just trying to think what else, and one would, I guess, for offerings, water, anything like dealing with anything to dealing with crops. You can't go wrong with chocolate. You can't go wrong with sweets and different things made from your garden or from your crops that you grow. You can't go wrong with traditional Incan foods or breads. And you really can't go wrong with that. Um, just trying to think what else for offerings. Give her pretty things. Hey, you can give her pretty things uh, and just trying to think what else. I don't know what crystals would be associated with her. I'm sorry, but even her pretty flowers and giving her pretty scents and burning pretty smelling incense is also good to her, and different traditional incenses. And so fertility rituals and she's related to the so that was like the different fertility rituals and dancing, and also respecting a woman's sovereignty is another offering that we can give to her. I know there are people right now talking about how they would love to see the 19th Amendment taken away, which in the United States is the right for a woman to vote, which we got in November 4th, 1920. They want to take they were to keep. I mean, it'll be very hard to take it away, but they would be so happy that we would no longer be a full citizen where the vote is a one household vote, which is by men. And some women are just so happy about that. I don't know how you can be so brainwashed to want your rights to be taken away. And this is where I'm saying we need her. And I'm sorry to be on my soapbox, but it's been bothering me. So I think we need her and goddesses like her in general to say no. So I think that if a man does not have the respect for a woman, I don't think it would go very well for you to call this goddess at all. She is a goddess to be called upon by women who have been degraded, manipulated, used, and abused. And if you are in a situation like this, get help. If you have to call the police, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to call the police. Get help because it only gets worse. A, a verbal abuse leads to a slap leads to a punch leads to a kick. So it just goes downhill from there. So she she's ideal to call upon her for times like this, and that all women will have respect that they deserve. She's also good for men that are fighting for women's rights across the world. and that want to keep our rights intact and not to be forced into submissive positions. And she is a goddess I've seen that women are saying she's definitely the goddess for women's rights. So, anyways, please like and subscribe to my channel. Uh, Tell me, have you ever heard about this goddess? Have you ever worked with her? And what do you think about her? Let me know in the comments. Also, I just want to throw out a PSA. If you're doing laundry and you're bringing down the laundry basket and you have like kittens or puppies or animals, please don't just dump the whole basket in. Pick a few clothing up at a time because you will save a life. I've heard too many stories of kittens being thrown in a washing machine and being, you know, I don't want to talk about it, but it's worth just to check through your laundry. So thank you for watching this video. Please like and share. And as always, blessed be.